Oppa! Gundam style. It's Wow Cool Robot. It's a G Gundam podcast hosted by yours truly, Argyle. And with me as always is these two clowns.
Hello, I'm Max.
And I'm Audrey, and I really enjoyed the Greek spin Argyle just put on the opening to this episode.
That was intentional.
Yeah, we get kind of a Greek one in one of these episodes.
Yeah. A couple of these episodes, actually. One more than the others, but...
Yeah. So G Gundam, huh? Oof. How about that show?
Gundam!
G! It is...
We're in Hong Kong, folks.
Yeah, this show is... it's a tournament arc now.
Yeah, listen, this is now just a fun, fun fancy fighter. Don't worry about evil things. Everything evil's been defeated. It's good. Now we just get half a series about cool robots fighting.
Nothing bad's gonna happen. It's normal.
Yeah.
It's just... The evil has been defeated. All your favorite characters are here. They're having fair fights. And nothing bad is gonna happen.
Yeah, no one's doing any kind of sabotage. No one's scheming anything behind the scenes. I love 90s anime. They're just playing into all these nice tropes.
The Devil Gundam and also everyone else that the main characters have defeated are definitely defeated for good. Don't worry about it.
Master Asia's still dead.
Yup. As are other characters who died.
Dead.
The Italian guy's dead.
Yeah. Gentle Chapman's dead.
Uh-huh. That was the funniest thing of all, because we genuinely did see him fucking die.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. We saw him die and his wife say, "Hey, this could happen to you." And
this is what DG cells do to a motherfucker.
And he did, and he's dead forever. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
He didn't come back.
It's true.
He's in hell where he belongs, where all British people go.
Should we get into this?
Let's fucking get into it.
Let's fucking go.
All right. So, G Gundam. I do. Yep. Episode 25. All fighters gather. The final battles begin. Domon arrives in Neo Hong Kong moments before the deadline. The opening ceremony start, and Domon and the others are shocked to learn that Master Asia is back in his Master Gundam, as are Mikolo Chariot and Gentle Chapman in the Neros and John Bull Gundams, even though Domon had disqualified Mikolo and Chapman had apparently died. The opening ceremony commences with introductions of the Gundams in the finals with a recap of the abilities of the Bolt Gundam, Dragon Gundam, Gundam Maxter, and Gundam Rose, along with the introductions again of Holland's Nether Gundam, Greece's Zeus Gundam, Spain's Matador Gundam, Norway's Viking Gundam, Nepal's Mandala Gundam, Denmark's Mermaid Gundam, India's Cobra Gundam, Kenya's Gundam Zebra, as well as, of course, Germany's Gundam Spiegel, piloted by Schwarzbruder. Domon makes an open declaration at the ceremony, vowing to win all of his matches in the preliminaries in order to fight Master Asia.
I was worried that this episode was just going to be a clip show at first.
Okay,
I mean, it mostly is.
Yeah, this was, I do have a note about this, but, this is definitely the first episode after, a long mid-season break, right? This is hey, remember this show? Now you do.
Exactly. Which is funny, because they don't use, I appreciate that they don't use, any of the new opening material until the next one after you've already caught up, so you're not, it's whoa, why are they not playing Journey in the opening anymore? No, you get one last hurrah.
Yeah. A sayonara tour. It did make me very sad to have a new opening, because I love Flying the Sky.
Yeah, we'll get to the new one, but I do think Flying in the Sky is a better one.
We're gonna get to a lot of music in these episodes, listeners. Just as a note, probably moving forward, you can reliably say that music is going to be a significant part of the conversation, probably from here to the end, based on the choices being made by this show.
It'll be a significant portion of the conversation because it's all good and it's all appropriate to the moments that it's played during. And it doesn't have any weird transitions or anything like that.
It doesn't turn me into the Joker at all.
They put a lot of money into the soundtrack, and by golly, you're gonna hear it all.
Yeah.
We're in Hong Kong. We see this sort of arena where the Gundam fight's gonna be held. And it's really strange because it's this really long sort of red carpet area that's surrounded by bleachers and the grandstands and everything, and then it sort of ends in this like flat ring where the Gundams fight, which is like isn't surrounded by anything, which is funny and it makes sense because the Gundams are fighting, but like it's just very silly how it's like we got to be fucking far away from these nuclear powered death machines.
They learned from the Marseilles incident.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like,
only,
all right.
only a little bit, because they do allow just like fleets of boats to pull up to the side of the ring.
Which, at that point, it's international waters. You're on your own.
Yeah, that's not Hong Kong's jurisdiction anymore.
If a flying piece of Gundam debris lands in the water and kills some unsuspecting fisherman, that's on him.
But yeah, they stopped lubricating their audiences with gasoline and put them further away, put them further away from the Gundam fights, which is like I guess a step in the right direction.
Yeah, we're making incremental change for the better.
So before we actually get into this like introduction of all the Gundams, we get to see the Neo Hong Kong president, who's kind of bad with it.
So. The Prime Minister of Neo Hong Kong, Wang Yong-fat, kind of a cool guy.
Kind of a cool guy.
You know what he's like? He's like Pegasus.
He's kind of like Pegasus.
He does kind of look like Pegasus, but his look is explicitly like inspired by Chow Yun-fat from I can't remember the name of the movie at the moment. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, I mean his both name and appearance are very clearly inspired. Mm-hmm. But, he's kind of bad with it.
I like his trench coat draped over his shoulders. Anytime any character uses, like, a jacket or anything like that without having the sleeves, it's just like, oh, yeah, you're so fucking cool, don't you?
God of Gamblers, that's the movie.
The God Gundam of Gamblers.
So he's, like, presiding over and he's like, haha, I love ruling space. And it's like, welcome to my fuck house, everyone. Let's have a good time. Swaggy.
Mm-hmm. Fair play, fair duel, etc., etc.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then this is a reference that's a bit of a deep cut, I guess. But what happens next reminded me directly of the Princesses on Parade part of Swan Princess. I don't know if anyone has watched Swan Princess or recently enough to like know what I'm talking about, but Swan Princess, it was like a not Disney movie. It was a Bluth movie that was in like sort of the Renaissance era of Disney in the early 90s that came out. And there's a part in it where like the prince is basically going on to a giant ball that is like one big blind date for him with like all the princesses in the area, and they have this whole section, this song called Princesses on Parade, where all the princesses like go and show themselves off for him, and like they're all from different countries and they're all like stereotypes of their countries.
Yeah, they all do their special moves to show off their skills and abilities.
Yeah, to be their like special stereotypes. The only one I can remember is that there's like one who was from like Fantasy, Iowa, and her entire costume was based on corn.
Fuck
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only one I can remember. But like, yeah, it's
she got laid that night.
And that's essentially what we have here, except with Gundams.
Yeah, so it's a Gundam parade, and this is what I thought, like, oh, this whole episode's a clip show, because first we get Chibity, and it's just, the announcer is like, Chibity Crockett, Neo America boy, and she's kind of talking about
boxing gloves and fire punches.
Yeah.
And football. American football.
Yeah, she mentions all of their, like, equipment and, like, the names of their special moves. And, we just see clips from earlier episodes in the show of them doing all their cool stuff. It's cool. It's just like, let's take an episode to just kind of highlight how clinically insane every single cast member of this show is.
Okay, I have to say, though, that this is the first part where I need to talk about the music. Because all of the, like... So it goes through, like, the main five first in, like, detail. The rest of the, like, we sort of...
Yeah, who gives a shit about anyone who isn't in the Shuffle Alliance?
But it goes through, like, the Shuffle Alliance, the current Shuffle Alliance in, like, detail. And everyone has their own, like, personal theme, which is, like, the most stereotypical music you could think of to represent each country.
Oh,
yeah,
they've been playing these songs the whole time. Like,
I know,
these are not new.
hearing them
in sequence,
yeah, in sequence really, like, because they are so stereotypical to the country that they're from. Like, it is very direct tonal like going from from Chibity to Sai Sai Shi is a pretty notable tonal shift, and going from Sai Sai Shi to George, from like traditional Chinese music to like classic opera, and then going to like KGP like propaganda songs from George, which is
pretty
like
fucking good.
It's like, but it's good, but it's like it's way more noticeable now that they're like personal themes,
right?
Or like this, it's like, oh, hey, everything in this show, down to the music, it's a caricature. It's like, great,
rules.
Thank you.
It's International Week at the elementary school. That's what it is.
It's Princesses on Parade.
It's Princesses on Parade. You know, we see Chibity.
We're going all around Epcot, and they
exactly.
You're standing at the intersection of 4 different Epcot.
Hell yeah,
stations.
We're drinking around the world.
We're shining fingering around the world.
Don't do that.
Gross. You can also, when Domon comes out, he does get an instrumental version of "Flying in the Sky."
Yes, it's so good. It's so good. I love to hear it.
It's really, really good.
Because this is the last time we ever hear it.
Don't say that.
Unless they play the instrumental version later on in the show. But like, this is the last episode where "Fly in the Sky." Once again, we've already said it. Pour one out. It'll live on forever in our hearts.
So, as everyone's going through, like, again, they're, like, introducing the Gundams, and they have to get to, like, Domon's Gundam. And, like, the mood of it is basically, like, listen to me. I'm a hag. I'm Domon Kashu. I think money is disgusting. My family won't speak to me. Not that I care. And I'm your next god.
Yeah, he fucking... It's so funny. The announcer's like, and what is this new mysterious Gundam? And, like, the entire time Domon's talking to God Gundam, like, because he says, like, oh, so you're Shining Gundam's alter ego, huh? Like, okay? It is, you know, because he's reflecting...
To me, you're just Shining Gundam in a new body. You've got, you know, the combat data. Shining Gundam I had to leave behind in Guyana, but, you know, you're all the same to me. It's me, Burning Gundam, and Shining Gundam. We're all inhabiting the same body now.
Us 3. And we get this really, really sick shot. I love when the show does this. It shows Domon's face, and then it has, like, the cheeks of the Gundam, and then the forehead of the Gundam, and then the mouth guard of the Gundam, and then finally the eyes of the Gundam all like cover Domon's head in sequence. It's just like, oh, it's so good. Making the mobile trace part of the show is one of the smartest things they've ever done for this entire series.
Yeah, we do get like in the clip show even, we do get like some of the sexy transformation sequence, which I did just like to see, because it's like it's actually been a while since we've seen like a real transformation sequence.
Yeah, it's been a while, and next week we get like next episode we get like
yes
they're like, we are not going to cut a single fucking second of the transformation sequence because you have to see it from the beginning. It is metaphorical.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we see anyway.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, at the end of it, like, the 5 of them, the polycule are, like, all lined up together. They're like, fuck yeah, we're about to run this joint. On Wednesday...
Each of these fighters is rumored to possess a shuffle crest. It's
yeah.
Like, how do you know what that is?
Yeah. Well, I guess the Shuffle Alliance is probably really well known.
Yeah, and then they died. Oh well.
And then they lived, served, cunt, and died.
I was going to say the line, Audrey!
That's what I'm here for. So they're all, like, lined up, and they're like, what's good, homeboys? On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Then we sort of see Wang Yun Fat talking to a familiar-looking silhouette.
Hey, who could it be? Not even a silhouette, you know? We can see some of the outline.
Yeah, it's Master Asia. He lived, bitch.
For the 3rd time, surprise, bitch, I bet you thought you'd seen the last of Master Asia. This keeps happening.
Master Asia, it's getting old. We know you're not dead yet. You gotta stop faking it.
Guess who's back?
Though I gotta say, for someone who was, like, incinerated and blown up, he does look pretty good.
Yeah, it's because Audrey's the undefeated of the East. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the gray back in his hair again. You know, he re-dyed it. He's good.
Yeah, he got a perm.
I do want to point out just a couple of changes in the dub. Nether Gundam was changed to Hurricane Gundam, I guess maybe to avoid, like, nether regions.
Yeah, maybe. Crotch Gundam.
Matador Gundam was changed to Toro Gundam, which is, I mean, that doesn't need to be.
Whatever.
And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't really get to dwell on Master Asia being not dead, because they're like, hey, look at these clowns. And immediately...
You know other countries?
Yeah, and immediately, like, anyway, we got to the 5 important people, but here's, like, a really quick go-around again of everyone else in the finals. And it's everyone I already mentioned in the summary.
Yeah, Zeus, Nether, Matador, Viking, Mandala, Mermaid, Cobra, Zebra, Lumber.
Oh, right, I forgot to mention that, like, Alexander Graham is here as well,
Yes.
and, Argo does have, like, a longing moment, and
they stare
like,
deeply into each other's eyes. Yeah,
yeah, where they like they stare into each other, and Domon's like, "Have a good fight, Argo. See you afterward." Like, whatever, bro.
You go take care of your baggage.
And then finally coming out through the ground is Spiegel Gundam.
He pops a smoke bomb.
Yeah, and he looks good as new.
Yeah, he's fine. He got better. He does say, "I'm just happy I'll be able to fight you, man." It's like, aw. How nice. Domon's really happy Schwartz made it out alive.
Yeah.
And so am I, honestly.
Yeah, true. And then Domon
all very happy.
Yeah. And Domon once again goes, "Wait a minute. Who are you?" And he just says, "I'm
not important. I am the Gundam fighter from Neo Germany, idiot."
All you need to know, homie.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm the Gundam fighter from Neo Germany, don't worry about it. Also, we have bigger concerns. Don't worry about it, because we have bigger concerns. Look over there!" And he, like, points over to the side.
Oi, mate, it's Tambong, ain't it?
Oi, mate, it's Dubong.
Oi, mate, I'm back from the dead, and I'm here to kill you this time.
I'm here to take revenge and drink tea, and I'm all out of tea.
And you might have hit me with your spicy meatball, but I'm back too, mamma mia!
Yeah, so it's Mikolo, and it's gentle.
I wonder if this could have anything to do with DG cells.
I never think about the fact that his first name is just Gentle. Like, because I always say Gentle Chapman, but...
Yeah.
His first name is Gentle.
Imagine just calling him Gentle.
Like I just did. I'm going to.
I know.
We're on a... Gentle Chapman and I are very close. We're on a first name basis, as you can tell.
Oof.
Yeah. Which only happened after he died.
Yeah,
you met him.
He got better.
You met him during
exactly.
when you worked at that publishing company. You know?
It's right. It's fine. Shut up. It's fine, but he's dead.
Yeah. And all the Shuffle Lions are like, "Is this allowed, mods?" Like, they're like, "These guys should disqualify."
But yeah, that's definitely a breaking of like several rules, both of the Gundam fight and of like metaphysical reality.
Yeah, nature.
Call the Gundam Pope and ask how he's back. But even beyond that, they don't have time to dwell on this, because guess who's back?
Back
Clip,
again.
Clip clop.
Clip Clop. Y'all ever heard of Red Dead Redemption?
Jesus. I like that these episodes in general were like, what if robots had horses?
So, fucking Master Gundam's here. He reveals himself. Domon freaks out, and he's like, "You died." And he's like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about."
What
More
are you talking
importantly...
about? I'm clearly right here. You can see me. I'm not dead.
Yeah. And who gives a shit that Master Gundam's here? Because we pan down, it's a fucking horse.
It's a unicorn.
It's a unicorn. It's Fun Psyche.
Yeah, his horse, Fun Psyche. We haven't seen it yet, but the Gundam horse is piloted by a real horse, and we'll get to see that later.
Yeah, one of 5 horses I respect.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's just so fucking choice. It's so
Domon
funny.
does remember that Fun Psyche was one of the 4 balls of light that accosted him before he got to Hong Kong.
And like Max, he now no longer trusts horses at all.
Yeah, pretty much. And the announcer is talking Master Asia up in a major way, because, you know, home field advantage. He's won the last Gundam fight. Like, he's just like, you know, he's the coolest guy in the world, undefeated of the East, most powerful man on Earth. Just like, yeah, okay, let's keep going. Come on. It's cute.
Yeah, Master Asia is standing atop Fun Psyche at this point. It looks great. Yeah, and he says, "Hey, whoever wins this tournament, this final like round, will get to face off against me over there on Lantel Island.
The final battle royale."
Yeah, and then whoever wins will once again get to lead space. But good luck defeating me.
Because, yeah, when, not
and then
if,
he says
when.
One of the most deranged things.
Yeah, you would take
come
it?
out of someone's mouth. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he says, well, once he wins, I will finally be the ultimate champion, the undefeated of the East, West, South, North, and Center. I will become Super Asia and be champion of all.
This is JoJo's part 2.
Yes.
It is insane. Go off, old man. You rule. And not to be one-upped, Domon, Babe Ruth declares that he's going to win every single one of his matches so he can defeat Master Asia. Mm-hmm. Which is like...
Everybody is like, oh, look at this fucking
they
guy
think he's so confident and arrogant.
This guy can.
I guess they don't know. I mean, like, I guess for some reason, the fact that his hand can blow up a Gundam's fucking head without doing anything is not, like, that exciting to them, because everyone thinks Domon's just, like, some dingus rookie who has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, there are a number of people here who know that he, like, conquered Master Asia and the Dark Gundam in the Guyana Highlands. Mm-hmm. Like, well, presumably he told them that. So it's like...
they probably didn't believe him.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, sure, buddy.
Yeah, he's right there. I can clearly see he didn't fall into a
you didn't do anything to Master Asia. He's right there. He looks fine.
Doesn't seem to have stuck.
Yeah, I don't think it took. And Wang Yunfat is here, and he's making an announcement because he tells everyone, hey, it's the final battle. I'm going to give you 3 new rules. Three Only 2 of which are actually rules.
Yeah.
One of these rules is less of a rule and more of... Yeah. So the first rule, in the final tournament in Hong Kong, Gundams can be replaced, repaired, and reconstructed without limit. And then, like, all these rules are equally as, like, exciting to everyone. Like, they never knew this was coming.
Which, I didn't know that there was any limit on that before.
Yeah, Domon's having rain to illegal repairs.
Be a problem because like they could get arms torn off, destroyed. Like as long as the head section was intact, they were fine. Like I don't.
Yeah. The second rule, though, the cockpit may be targeted by any means, and then Rain's like, "Wait a minute, that kills people."
That's fucked up.
Yeah, and like that is a pretty fucked up rule. Domon goes along with it the next episode in a very funny way, though.
Oh, yeah. Dude. Domon's all for it.
Holy shit, does he go for it. He's like, hell yeah, I love this.
I've been waiting to kill. And third, most importantly, again, not a rule, but the winner of this Gundam tournament will be given the title Gundam of Gundams. And everyone just goes fucking apeshit over this one.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Gundam of Gundams, let's go. Which is just like, he doesn't say what that title means or what weight it carries, but, you know... That's enough. That's all you need, baby.
Yeah, I mean, just the best Gundam, you know?
Gundam of Gundams. And he announces... Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, we're gonna officially commence this shit, get it on the road. We invite up Master Asia and Domon Kashu to show us the intricate ritual.
Yeah.
Oh, they do it. They do the thing. They say all the words. I'm not gonna do it again. I've done it once already.
Yeah, listen back to when Domon first arrived in Shinjuku. They do the funny thing, but they're in the Gundams this time when they do it. And they blast this combined fireball into the sky. It's like Master Ace looks evil and fucked up, and Domon's looks, normal and fiery. And they combine and land in the Olympic torch. And everyone swears on the rules of the Gundam fight, but the way they swear I'm not really a fan of, I gotta say. Kind of bad. They, they're
like
in their
a
Gundams.
great angle to like hold up your arm and hand at.
Yeah.
Historically. Anyways.
It's bad. Whatever. Moving on.
We'll let the games begin.
Yeah, that's episode, really.
I'm going to win this shit for you, Dad.
Yeah. For my dad. My dad who's encased in the block of ice. I'm so glad I'm out here and he's in there. And we're the sheriff. And he's the Gundam.
Shut up!
It's a good episode, though. It reminded me of what show I watched last week. It did his job successfully.
Yeah, tell me about all that fun shit that we saw before.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of fun shit, Argyle.
Let's fucking go. It is episode 26. A new weapon, erupting, burning finger. The Gundam fight commences with Zeus Gundam from Neo Greece fighting the Hurricane Gundam from Neo Holland. And Zeus easily overcomes Hurricane Gundam. Wang Yunfa is wondering who he's gonna pit Burning Gundam up against in its first fight, and he decides on Zeus Gundam as it is the favorite to win this year's Gundam fight. Master Asia makes Wang promise to only put Domon up against the strongest fighters so they can truly test his abilities. Domon leaves the hotel that the Neo Japan group is staying at to just go and find some other place to stay, and he comes across the Zeus Gundam in the harbor. And as he's examining it, he is approached by the pilot of it, Marcolot? I forget how
I think
he
it's
says
Marcelot.
He says it with a hard C in the dub, at least. I don't know why. Who does not appreciate the cockiness of Domon as they speak, and is able to easily defeat Domon in a hand-to-hand fight and toss him off the boat. Domon awakes aboard the ship of a fisherman and his 2 grandchildren, who recognize him and tell him that, he needs to really buck up for this fight. He tells him the story of the Wonder Bug, which is a small little insect that, despite its like weakness and small size, is able to overcome much larger and stronger opponents through its tenacity and stamina. So right before the fight, Domon's nowhere to be seen, but they set sail, and he makes it at the last moment. Domon and Zeus Gundam fight. He is able to overcome his low self-esteem going into it by remembering that he needs to be like the Wonder Bug. And he's able to kind of fight Zeus Gundam to a standstill until Rain tells him about the special technique within the Burning Gundam, the erupting burning finger, which Domon uses to finish the fight. And that's it.
Good fucking episode. Oh my god.
It's a good episode.
Yeah, this was a.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So right off the bat, new OP. I Trust You Forever. It's good. I like it.
Right.
It's not as good as Flying in the Sky, but like
not as
what
high.
is?
Yeah, it's 90s with it. I enjoy it.
We get a lot of just shots of everyone's eyes as they're looking up, at the camera.
Sai Saishi having the most like wet-looking eyes I've seen in an anime in quite some time.
Yeah, those are over saline, I would say.
Yeah, put a little too much contact fluid in it.
Exactly.
No, but yeah, it's a good opening. I enjoy it. In the actual battle, or in the actual episode rather, the battle's begun. We see the Zeus Gundam fucking up the Nether Gundam. So the Zeus Gundam, it's really, really gold and green, and has like a beard, like, built into its head.
I love the beard.
It looks like it's sort of it's like on a chariot, and the chariot's weird because the chariot's like half horse, but like as in the where the horse's legs would be, or just the wheels of the chariot.
It's got just the front end of the horse.
It's like a chariot mullet, kinda. This horse being so fucking nondescript, it is not a real horse, it is robotic, so we don't care about it.
I don't believe this is piloted by anything separate.
Maybe it's piloted by half a horse, who knows?
Damn. Domon definitely killed it then.
Yeah, and it's destroying the Nether Gundam, which is, it is a windmill with arms and legs and a face. That's all there is to it, really.
Yeah, it doesn't stand a chance. Like, he kind of hits Zeus Gundam with a gust of wind, and it doesn't even slow him down.
Yeah, and Zeus Gundam uses his signature Lightning of Judgment, where he just, like, imbues his hammer. And it's funny that he has a hammer, Zeus Gundam, because hammer has been a term for, like, every Gundam series of basically, like, a spiked ball on a chain that you swing around. Like, Argo's thing is called a positron hammer, I think.
Yeah. Oh, they call it the graviton hammer.
That's what it is, graviton hammer. So it's really funny seeing just an actual literal hammer that Zeus Gundam uses, but he, like, imbues it with electricity and, like, beheads the Nether Gundam with it. And he wins his first match.
So much for faking being a windmill.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Like, because that's how Netherlands wins every year, where they just disguise their Gundam as a windmill.
That's how we get to the finals every year.
Yeah, they're not fit to fight. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, they suck shit.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Stalker's here, and he mentions that the Zeus Gundam is the favorite to win the tournament. And it's just like,
I love that he's just sitting in the crowd.
I love that. It's like, it's as if he's some sort of, like, Dickensian ghost. No one can see or interact with him, but he can still see the world from his point of view. Then we see Wong after the sort of episode cut in.
He's scooting. He's got like a little hover throne that he's scooting around in. He's like Lego Yoda.
Okay. All right. Not to bring up disgusting people, but Joling, Coling, Rolling definitely stole the chess scene in Chamber of Secrets from this.
It's like, it's so funny. It's a giant chessboard, but it's not chess because the pieces are sort of arranged like in like evenly spaced from each other. And And yeah, he has miniature models. He has all of his Gunpla lined up on his chessboard.
They're unpainted. He still needs to, take the time to paint them.
It's funny, they're painting they all are in flat color, but their head is a little bit lighter shade because the head is a removable piece because we see the head pop off of the Nether Gundam as the Zeus Gundam defeats it. It's silly. I like that he has this big, villainy, foppish, gigantic chessboard from which to plan his evil matches.
Yeah, Wong also has a sweet tooth. He's always eating like chocolate bars or Pocky.
He's munching with it. He's kind of a hunky boy.
I like chocolate.
Him. Who doesn't? And yeah, he chooses the God Gundam to fight the Zeus Gundam next.
What would be the most evil option for Domon Kashu to fight first? Of course. And just out of nowhere, we learn that, the Zeus Gundam is the favorite to win the Gundam fight this year. Not, like Master Asia or anything like that.
Yeah, based on what? Because you'd think that having
I
a
assume
built-in...
that he probably knocked out, the most people in the first round. Think about it. Domon didn't spend so much time in the Guyana Highlands, and Master just fucked off to wherever.
So here's the thing. Yeah, I mean, Domon went against a lot of people, but for the most part, he, allowed them to continue fighting. Right, he went through. He eliminated, went against the entire polycule. Right, so he's like, fuck Mikkolo, and he was like, I'm going to euthanize Gentle Chapman.
Put him out of his misery.
But besides that, he goes against all the polycule, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna destroy your head. Keep fighting, and he watches all of their fights, and for the most part, well. It depends. Your mileage may vary, but the same thing happens with, Alexander Graham, for example, right? So, he's gone against a lot of people. He just hasn't, taken them out of the running.
Yeah, you think that he can't actually finish a fight.
Yeah, whereas Zeus Gundam seems like a pretty ruthless fighter, and he would not fuck around with shit like that. He would just take the guy out.
Yeah. It's really funny to imagine him fighting because, and we see later, he actually can, hop off of his chariot. But, I like to imagine he probably can't fight for shit in that chariot in most of the terrain around the world. Yeah. Because, you can't ride that shit over mountains, over rocks. Doesn't have a problem otherwise, though. So Master Asia is here, and he sort of talks to Wong, and he's like, the lion that throws its cubs down a mountain and recognizes only those who climb up. And, basically saying we gotta give Domon the hardest fight so he can be as strong as possible to prove profit? Who knows? Who knows the plan is here?
If he wants if he truly wants to face me in the final round, he needs to overcome the strongest opponents here. We can't just put him up against any of these fucking jobbers, like Hurricane Gundam or Zebra Gundam. That'd be pathetic.
Yeah. Wong does call him my master in this scene, so everyone respects this nice old man. And I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The next scene, though, Domon is storming out of this very fancy hotel. He fucking hates it here.
Yeah.
It's Rain got this hotel for everyone in the Neo-Japan sort of consort, and Domon doesn't like it, and he's...
Rain's like, I arranged a room for you at this spa resort so you can fucking, chill out and de-stress, and I have us booked for facials in the morning, and it's gonna be great. We'll spend a day in the sauna, and Domon's like, no, fuck that, actually.
Oh, we're gonna sleep on the streets.
I hate comfort.
I don't want to be comfortable. It's not
how a martial artist should live. Come on.
Exactly.
He needs to rough it.
Yeah. So he fucks off, and Rain kind of has to go after him.
Corrado does tell him before he leaves, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Also, you're fighting Zeus Gundam tomorrow.
Domon is so confident. He's like, oh, great, I have the new God Gundam. I will kick his ass.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Nobody's gonna fucking beat the burning Gundam.
Everyone else is, freaking out about it. Everyone else is like, Jesus, we have to go against, the projected winner of this entire tournament immediately. And Domon's like, well, it shouldn't matter. I'm gonna have to go against him at some point anyway. Yeah. So I might as well do it now.
Yep. I mean, yeah, good attitude. He's the attitude of a winner.
Mm-hmm.
And he's walking through the market streets of Hong Kong, and he looks over into the harbor, and he hears this blowing a foghorn, and wouldn't you know it, Zeus Gundam is just hanging out on top of that boat.
Okay,
a boat that has the fucking Parthenon on top of it.
Specifically, it is a launch bay shaped like the Parthenon, which is the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. This show is objectively so funny.
It rules. It is so fucking choice.
It is extremely hit or miss how well they do at, like, national stereotypes and caricatures in terms of, like, not being racist and just being funny. But when they do actually get it to just be funny, it's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Oh, God. Oppa. Domon walks up to the Zeus Gundam. He's looking
my
at
big
it.
fat Greek Gundam fight.
My big fat Greek Gundam fight! Fuck yeah!
Name of the episode!
That's good shit. As he's sort of admiring and examining Zeus Gundam, we get to meet Marcelot, who's Neo Greece's Gundam fighter. This is a Dark Souls boss. This man is 20 feet tall.
He's large.
He makes Argo look like a manlet.
This episode is really driving me to make really, really bad references, so I already did
Problematic height gap.
Joling, Coling, Rolling, but now I have to talk about Attack on Titan.
Oh no, Audrey!
Because that was the first thing. I was like, oh, he's a literal Titan because he's Greek. And then I was like, oh, Attack on Titan. And then I was like, actually, fuck this. He's just built like a brick shit house.
Yeah, he's just a fucking big boy. He's 20 feet tall.
I do love how apparently no one in Japan has apparently been to Greece since like 2000 AD.
Yeah, they were there for the Olympics, but that's it.
Every single time I've seen a Greek character in an anime, it has been like, hey, you see Greek statues? Here they are!
Just some big motherfucker wearing a toga and sandals. Yeah. Like, yeah, this is what Greek people look like.
This is exactly what Greek people look like to this day.
Yeah, nothing has changed.
Sorry, 2000 BC. I know how time works.
What's the difference?
Jesus.
This guy is big as fuck, and he just sucker punches Domon for being so cocky, and like Domon's hitting him back, and no effect whatsoever. Marcelot is just like completely manhandling poor Domon here.
At some point, Domon is like, please no Steppy, and Marcelot's like, no, Steppy.
Steppy will occur, Domon Kashu.
And he like throws Domon to the ground and like steps on him. Like there's no other discussion for this.
He crushes him and his size 30 feet.
This dude's sandal is like as big as Domon's whole torso. It's absurd. He
had to kill 2 cows to get the leather for that sandal. And he ends up just tossing him overboard.
Yeah, just kicks him off.
So, meanwhile, to be very clear, Domon is still, like, is completely winded from the punch. He's, like, unable to breathe properly. And the guy just throws him off. Marcelot just throws him off, and then Domon drowns. So, good show, everyone.
He dies. Yeah, it was fun. I wish the ending was a little bit happier, but yeah, that's Gundam for you.
Wrap it up.
Tune in for Wing next week. And as this happens, we see, Rain and Mikamura and Karato and Ulube, and they're talking, and Karato and Mikamura are really, really worried because he doesn't even know about his ultimate weapon, the erupting Godfinger. And Ulube, Ulube still has confidence. He knows Domon's going to probably pull it through.
He'll be all right. He'll be fine.
Rain, leaves the hotel to search for him, and we get this really nice, soulful, not romantic, just, very, soulful, almost melancholic music track as, Rain walks through the city, and Domon is kind of, floating through the river, floating downriver, the lights of the
fucking
city.
Sonic drowning music is playing.
Yeah. And as he kind of, is passed the fuck out, he's dreaming about losing his battle the next day, of Marcelot running him over and using that lightning of judgment to behead the God Gundam. Mm-hmm. Then he wakes up and he's on a boat.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's on the river Styx.
He's fine. He said, "Here again, my grim dark interpretation of the series is that Domon drowned there, and everything else is just his."
This is his Majora's Mask fever dream.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful sunny day. It is the morning of the fight. On his boat, Domon meets his new fisherman friend. Do we ever get the fisherman's name?
His name is Han.
No, Han is one of the kids.
No, Hoi is one of the kids.
Oh, Hoi's one of the kids. That's right.
It's
Han, Hoi, and Min is the other girl. Ming, yeah. But yeah, the fisherman and the 2 kids greet him. We sort of get this really nice scene. Domon's eating breakfast with them, and they all know who he is. He's Domon Kashu, Neo Japan's famous Gundam fighter. But the fisherman notes, Han notes that he doesn't really look like this confident, Gundam fighter. And then Han's trick begins.
Hey, Ming, could you pass me the Wonder Bug powder?
Yeah, hey,
Grandpa,
Ming, we got
what the fuck are you talking about, Grandpa? Ming, just pass me the Wonder Bug powder. Right there,
so
that one right there.
It's Wonder for you, right?
Wonder Bug, yeah.
Okay, it's Wander for us.
Wander Bug.
Wander. I guess because wandering warrior, wandering soldier, fighting any battle. But Han... he talks about the Wander Bug. He's like, even though it's only 2 centimeters in length, it preys on larger insects. And he looks directly into the camera and says, it is a metaphor, Domon Kashu.
Yeah, really.
It rules.
Yeah, it's usually, he says usually, not always, but usually is able to overcome these much larger insects just because it's so courageous and doesn't give up.
It's boosh for you, baby.
Domon, do you get it?
Domon says, get it, Domon?
Wonder Bug, huh? And then
are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs?
Yeah. And then we cut over to the arena. It's the time for the fight. Zeus Gundam's here, Marslet's in it. God Gundam's there, it's standing, but Domon ain't shown up yet. We see Wong. I love that Wong, he's still sort of in that, like, he's not on a boat, right? He's still in that weird sort of floaty thing that he was in. He's in his, like, fucking Eggman egg pod. He's still munching, and he's eating some Pocky now, basically, whatever.
Yeah, he's got Pocky, like, sitting in a glass with ice in it so it doesn't melt.
This fucking guy. He's silly.
I'm kind of obsessed with him, unfortunately.
No, I'm with you. He's cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I like him. I can't wait until we get more of him.
Yeah. He thinks Domon's chickened out. But Master Asia, he's like, no, you have no idea what kind of guy Domon actually is. And we cut to Domon, who looks at the fishman. He's like, I'm too weak to fight. I'm baby. I can't do this.
And Han says, hey, that means you only have one choice. You gotta be like the Wonder Bug, idiot.
They both look at each other and say it at the same time.
The Wonder Bug.
Yeah, he's like Domon's like totally bought in. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm a Wonder Bug.
Yeah, I'm Boosh.
Hell yeah.
I am Boosh.
It's Bug Snacks.
And Domon says, hey, it's pretty chill here. Can I, like, stay here during the Gundam fight? And Han says, yeah, sure, but only if you win this fight. So they set sail. And can we talk, now is the time.
Oh my god.
Talk about...
Sento Danji is the only song.
It's extremely good.
It's incredible.
I assume you're gonna pipe it in.
Oh yeah. So listener, as Domon and Han, Hoi, and Ming sail over to the Gundam fight arena, it plays a song called Sento Danji, which is, I think there's 2 versions of it. There's a Japanese and a Cantonese version. It's playing the Cantonese version now because, we're in Hong Kong.
Yes.
It is this, like, 80s fucking rock power ballad that, like, this is workout song material. This is running song material. This will get you pumped the fuck up. It's so good. It's
real fucking good. Yeah, there is, I don't know if it's the Japanese version, but at least one of them is sung by Domon Seiyu.
Yeah.
And in the middle of it, Master and Domon do the ritual.
It's elaborate.
It's pretty good.
It's really good.
Despite that, I do think the Cantonese version is better.
No, the Cantonese just fits so well with just the vibe of everything.
I just think the singer does it better, more justice.
But he's sailing over, and, like, as he sails, we see individually each of the other Shuffle Alliance members, and they have all of their own boats, and just so fucking choice. They're all just rooting for him. Argo gives him this silent thumbs up. Yes. And hey, Audrey, here's another note for your dissertation. We get another full, from beginning to end, suit-up sequence as Domon gets in the God Gundam.
Okay, yes. New Magical Girl sequence just dropped.
Yep.
What if this was Tron? Like, what if it was a Magical Girl sequence, but it was Tron?
What if it was Jeff Bridges?
Because we get here, this is like so my jam, it's not even funny. So we get like this Tracer Suit transformation, but the first thing you see, and again, it is like extremely Magical Girl, because almost as like the glitter that you see in something like the Sailor Moon transformation, we get these circuits that cover all of that, like crawl over Domon's entire body. It's like really interesting, and it's a really fun take on the transformation sequence, actually. To see this digital, like essentially what is digital magic, right? Which is what the Gundams really are, if you think about it. Like, what's that line again? That, like, any technology that is beyond a certain level of understanding is magic?
Yeah, from the Thor movie.
Yeah, exactly. God.
Anyway.
It's so good.
I love it because, okay, so, like, at the beginning of the show, right? The first episodes, when he's suiting up in Shining Gundam, a lot of screaming, a lot of grunting. It looks painful. But he's doing it here, it's, like, serene.
Oh my god.
He's smiling
so
while it happens.
It's so good.
It's really good. He's reached a serene state of mind.
Yeah. He is ready to just, like, completely tear ass. And, like, the Gundam fight begins, and Sento Danji is still playing as the fight begins, and they clash.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hooting and hollering.
They play, like, the whole fucking song.
Yeah! And, like, they clash, and Marcelo notices, like, oh, you're confident now. And Domon's like, yeah, if I'm going down, I'm going to take you down with me. We see, we kind of get, like, the reveal of, like, what the God Gundam can do over this fight. We see that, like, on its, I guess, collarbones, it has these, like, tri-barrel machine guns. Mm-hmm. I don't think, I'm looking at my, no, it does have Vulcans, but it also has,
I mean,
really cool...
Domon calls them the Vulcans. I don't think it has any on the head that it fires. It's just these ones.
No, it does.
Oh, it does?
According to my Master Grade model that I'm examining right now, it does. But it also has these really cool, like, sort of tri-barrel machine guns, like, on, like, the top of its torso, which is really cool. It's firing at it. And we cut over as the fight's going on. Hoi and Ming talk to Han, like, you shouldn't have made up that Wanderbug story, Grandpa. It's so funny.
What
that,
if
like,
Domon
the entire
dies?
thing was just... What if he died?
Okay, yeah, the Vulcan guns are on the head, and then they call the things on the shoulders, or the clavicle is where they say it. The machine cannons is what they call them.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But Domon just calls them the Vulcans in the dub, so...
Okay, weird. But, yeah, Wanderbug is fake. It is a thing that Han made up entirely just to gas Domon up.
Yeah.
But and then we see the scene that Domon imagined in his head, because Marcelo charges Domon in the Zeus Gundam. It is the exact same.
This is again. Just imagine, like, you're at this Gundam fight and you hear, like, this screaming coming from one of the competitors. He says it's just like my dream, except this time I'm a Wonder Bug.
Yeah. And he just fucking beheads the horse.
Yeah.
It's rules.
To the metal glue factory with you.
Exactly. You won't win the Metal Kentucky Derby no more. But the real battle finally begins because, Zeus Gundam is also a Gundam. It's not just a chariot. Mm-hmm. And then, it just fucking bonks Domon with a lightning of judgment and starts stepping on him again.
Yeah.
Oh, so sad. And, Marcelo's like, come back in 4 or even 8 years. I'll crush you again, trying harder, and you'll still lose to me.
Yeah, but Domon, he's laughing.
Oh, he's laughing.
He's laughing with it.
We do see before the thing happens, Marcelo does jump up and, like, his wings flare out. And he does have a Rasengan ready.
Yeah.
He gets a little ball lightning in his hand ready to, like, bop it at Domon. What you gonna say, Audrey?
Oh, no, I forgot the sequence of events. What I'm thinking of comes immediately after this. Before Domon finishes going insane.
Yeah.
But after he starts.
What does he do, Audrey?
So Domon's like, hey, no rules, just right? And he's like, what if I, blew you up from the inside out?
Yeah.
And...
So before he does, Rain radios him. Is like, Domon, you have a new secret weapon.
And he's like, hell yeah, I love murder.
What?
Yeah, a new shining finger.
So
and like, god,
I feel like this was also like him being like, I don't know the power of this thing, and being like, all right, I'm gonna like use my new shining finger, and he does it, and he goes right through.
So
like
he goes,
butter, like butter.
Oh, ooh, this is that fucking Cutco shit.
Yeah, so as he like sets off this move, it also cuts like the polycule, who are all like 100%. That is our fucking boyfriend.
Yes.
They're so fucking jazzed up about Domon's new Gundam.
So am I.
Yeah.
So am I.
His spicy finger.
about his new spicy finger. And then, well, you know what I love about this new attack? Happy Pride, everyone! Gay rights!
Gay rights!
Because it's a rainbow.
Yeah. When he activates like the hyper mode on the burning Gundam, the wings on the back, like they unfurl and they emit this rainbow of fire out of the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's sick as hell.
So fucking choice, yeah. This attack, of course, he does his little speech. This hand of mine is burning red. Its loud roar tells me to grasp victory. And for us, he says Bakunetsu Godfinger, which is erupting Godfinger. For Argyle, it is erupting burning finger.
Yes.
The gauntlet. So the God Gundam has these like blue gauntlets with these like yellow claws on either hand. The gauntlet slides over his hand. He does the Vulcan salute. He his first two and last two fingers sort of come together. And he just he does the thing from Indiana Jones and the, what's the second one?
Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom. He does the Temple of Doom. He, just slides his hand up in that chest cavity.
Yeah.
Okay, we do see Marcelo gets blasted out, but, he fucking died.
That should have killed him. He should be dead.
He shoves his hand through, and not only does he do erupting burning finger, but he does a thing called heat end, where he just vents.
He has his hand in the Zeus Gundam's midsection, just hoisting it up by the sternum.
It is. It is incredibly bubbling. Sexy.
It's so sick.
Domon's like, I'm gonna become a top right now.
Right, he just blows him up from the inside out. It is so sick. Are you kidding me?
You see Zeus Gundam bubbling, it is visibly erupting from the inside, and then he hits it with the heat end.
It is also
and it just demolished.
I need to point out, it bubbles, but almost more impressive to me is the fact that Domon is hoisting it up one-handed.
Yes, the entire fucking Gundam he lifts up with just his forearm.
With his forearm using burning finger. And it's whoa. And the rainbow, he has this halo of a rainbow around him. It's it is gay rights, baby.
Yeah, Happy every time they do this, it's a low angle from behind. You see the rainbow front and center, as he's hoisting the Gundam above his head.
We are
and then it explodes.
We are recording on the day of New York Pride, so...
Hell yeah.
Fuck yes.
Very exciting stuff.
He fucking blows Zeus Gundam up, and, Marcelo's fine. He gets knocked away, but it plays this Cantonese rap song as Domon's, standing victorious.
This Katamari
he's not actually alive. He's a ghost.
Yeah.
This Katamari-ass, kudu-kudu rock-ass song that plays for, 15 seconds before switching over...
a clip.
Switching over to Cantonese butt rock instead.
Yes. A big victory for the little Wanderbug.
Great.
Yeah.
And, he tells the old man, he's like, I know that story was fake. And he gives him a thumbs up.
He does the love is love thumbs up.
Yes.
Yeah. I see no difference. Bug is bug.
I'm gonna kill you, Max. That was perfectly synchronized. I can't stand it.
Yep. And Rain's like, what's that all about? And he wraps his arm over her shoulder. Never mind all that. And then she blushes oh, Domon, oh.
Ooh, Mr. Domon.
Ooh. And that's
Let's
episode.
Celebrate our first victory. We get the new ED. I think I like it more than the first one.
I like it more than the first one.
Okay.
Yes.
So I do like the new ED more than the first one, and I also remember it much more strongly because I don't associate the new OP with the show as nearly as much as I do Flying in the Sky, but I do very specifically associate the new ending with some of the later episodes of the season, where I the episode would finish and I would just be sitting there in shock, and the ending would play, and I'd be like, "What? No, wait, what?
What the fuck just happened?"
Is this allowed?
The visuals are very cute. It's just a fractal image of Rain going to kiss Domon over and over again.
Yeah, it's very cute.
At the end, she finally does it, and we get a photograph of everyone, all the Gundam main Gundam fighters, the Shuffle Alliance, all the girls, everyone.
It's cute. I like it.
It's nice.
Yeah. God, what a good episode.
Yeah.
Y'all want to talk about a worse episode?
Yeah.
Not really, but we have to.
Yeah, much as I don't want to, it's our grim duty.
We got to. We signed this contract.
Yeah, oh boy. Episode 27. Hang on, Domon, Triumph of the Restored Faith. A young boy named Chan has a dream to pilot a Gundam. He follows Domon around, jealous that his friend Hoi gets to have Domon as his guest and hoping to get close to him. As Chan watches Domon, Domon realizes he's being watched, but not by Chan. He meets Chandra Shijiyama, Neo India's Gundam fighter and his next opponent. Shijiyama attacks Domon with a gigantic cobra, but retreats when Rain and the kids show up to save Domon. Chan thinks Domon's a weakling and hatches a plan to steal Domon's Gundam for himself. That night, he uses Hoi to distract Domon as he gets in God Gundam, but can't handle the mobile trace suit. While trying to save him, Domon hurts his shoulder as Shijiyama watches and taunts Domon for getting hurt. The next day, the match begins and Domon is on the back foot as Shijiyama targets his shoulder. When Chan radios him during the match to apologize, Domon figures out how to win, dislocating his own shoulder and defeating the Cobra Gundam with his Godfinger. He finally gives some words of wisdom to Chan after the match, telling him he should train so he can be a Gundam fighter one day. God, this episode wasn't great.
Yeah.
I mean, specifically...
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, fuck them kids and fuck them Indians, I guess.
Yeah, this is worse than Neo Mexico, I think, because it's like...
Oh, this is a million
times worse. He's not even human.
I know, it's like, at least Neo Mexico's fighter was like a guy, and the Gundam was just like, some distasteful stereotypes. This is like, they turned the Neo India fighter into like this like serpent beast, and it's just like, don't fucking do that. Oh my god.
I mean, hate to reference Harry Potter again. He's just Voldemort. He's
just Voldemort.
I mean,
God, it sucks.
We get like an introduction to him beforehand. Well, okay, let's get into the episode and talk about it.
Yeah. We do see the episode. Yeah, kids are running up a stairwell. It's an abandoned building. We see Chibity holding Gundam Zebra from behind and crushing it. Yay! And another not so tasteful stereotype.
Yeah, not a great one. Like Gundam Zebra. I mean, it visibly has black skin, which I don't think that's necessarily a. I mean, when no other Gundams have skin, it's a strange thing. It also has a visible nipple, which
did not notice that, but glad you did.
I mean, I think more Gundams should have nipples, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'm pro nipple.
Free the nipple.
I'm always saying this. Nipple. I'm always saying this.
Erupting, burning nipple.
Shut up.
Kids are geeking out. One of them's like reading from a Gundam guidebook, and Chan is just staring in awe.
I do like the stat book. That's cute.
Yeah,
it
makes me got think, the fucking
like. Do they have like Gundam trading cards? Like that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh shit, dude, you pulled a fucking SSR Rose Gundam. Hell yeah. And yeah, Gundam Master wins. Yay.
Got a Domon Kashu rookie card.
Aw, fuck that guy. He's weak as hell. I saw him get his ass kicked by a 40-long foot snake.
I saw Domon Kashu with the devil.
We get a little scene of Wong hanging out. Master Asia requests another strong opponent for Domon, and he picks Cobra Gundam for Domon to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
So
this next scene is very cute.
Well, yeah. So it cuts over, and they're looking at like Cobra Gundam fighting, and we get like the first glimpse of the fighter. It's literally just Piccolo.
God, yeah, it's fucking.
So
Piccolo's way cooler than this guy. That's true. Is a
but like
slander
this
silhouette,
this silhouette, he is green. He has like pointy ears, and he's Indian, but he's presumably Sikh, but he is wearing a turban.
Yeah.
He is Piccolo in this silhouette.
Yeah.
True.
I wish Piccolo could be a Gundam fighter. He'd do a good job at it.
Yeah, Gundam dad.
Could do the stretchy arms. Could do fucking special beam cannon. Anyway, Domon's in the market, after we see this. And the fishing kids are like loaded. Yeah. He's like getting loaded up with veggies from Hoi and Ming. And it's like, he's freaking out. And they're like, they go to the checkout to the guy. And he's like, oh, it's going to be 500 Neo Hong Kong dollars. And they're like, all right, Domon, pay up. You heard the man.
Yeah. Get your wallet out, dude.
He's like, you're a guest. Don't be such a.
I thought I was a guest.
Yeah, and they're like, don't be such a geek, Domon. It's just like, fucking get his ass. We do see Rain paying for the food in the background, which is very funny to me.
Yeah.
He's like,
I don't think Domon's allowed to carry money on him.
Exactly. He's too irresponsible. We'll just buy Gundam parts.
Thank God Rain is here.
I'm saying this about every situation, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
We see Chan and the other boys that he hangs out with, like behind some crates watching Domon.
I should say they pronounce it Cha in the dub.
Interesting. The whole time reading it, I always tripped up because there is a very famous Gundam character named Char, and I keep on thinking that Chan is Char, and then Char's counterattack, there's a character called Chan, And it's just a lot for me to handle personally.
Also, Cha's wearing
and an R, those famously similar letters.
They look similar. I have dyslexia, and an R, you just got a little bit of a line to it, and it's there. What were you saying, Argyle?
Cha's wearing a little M. Bison hat.
He is wearing a little. He's like wearing like a little like military sailor outfit.
Yeah, it's just got a G on it.
Yeah, for God.
For Gundam.
For
gay and George. As
G for gay rights.
We have established, which is what the G in G Gundam stands for.
Yeah, exactly. The boys are so jealous of Hoy because he gets to hang out with an actual Gundam fighter.
Cha literally says, "You'll get yours, Hoy." Like he's gonna.
Shaw has a fucking attitude problem.
I hate this fucking kid.
This kid sucks.
So we should also point out. I don't think we talked about this, but like we still get the Stalker openings, and so the scene with Maxter going against Zebra is before the Stalker thing, and then Stalker comes in and he's like, you know, dreams are built on experiences or whatever, and this little boy's dream of becoming a Gundam fighter is one of those. But in this case, it'll come too far and put Domon in danger. Find out how. And this is how. Because he's
we've all experienced the feeling of admiring what's cool.
Right. And because he's like, man, I'm so jealous of my fucking friend, I'm gonna do something really stupid.
God. We've all been there, folks.
I love being an impressionable and easily manipulated kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as Shaw's watching Domon gets a new type flash, and he makes a break for it, and Shaw at first thinks, oh fuck, he saw me, I'm gonna get chewed out. But no, Domon just jumps right over him and runs through this alley.
Very specifically, Domon says, "You watching me, don't you dare move."
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit, oh fuck.
Oh, fuck, he's onto us. But no, he's not onto them because he's in this alley and then goes into a courtyard and he hears that little flute that we all know and love, the racist snake charmer flute. Mm-hmm. So, this episode, I'm just grimacing the whole time.
Y'all ever watch the 1997 movie Anaconda?
Oh my god. Yeah. Big snake.
Big snake.
Big.
With a flithery
I do like the big snake. It didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, big snake's cool as fuck. What if you had a 50-foot snake and it was just normal?
Yeah.
It's cool. I like snakes.
So do I. And I actually enjoy seeing the cobra, but fuck this, fuck Shujiyama.
Fuck this dude that's on top of it.
Yeah, he sucks.
Fuck Chandra Shujiyama. All my homies hate Chandra Shujiyama.
Yeah, he does all of the sort of acrobatic yoga stretching moves contorting his body that you'd expect from
he's
racist
around
animators.
From a racist green Indian stereotype.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised they didn't make him do yoga fire. That would have just sealed the fucking deal. But yeah, the snake is just completely fucking Domon up. He's completely sort of constricted by it. He pops a little knife blade out of his flute and he's about to stab Domon, but Rain and the kids run up and it kind of forces him to retreat. And after seeing all this, Shaw thinks, oh, this guy fucking sucks. He's weak as hell. He just got his ass kicked by a guy and a normal snake. I can't look up to him anymore.
Yeah. The values of these Gundam baseball cards has been
exactly.
very badly skewed.
Yeah.
Not based on reality. Clearly.
Yeah, and his friends Cha's friends are gassing him up. They're like, hey, this guy's weak. You could probably pilot the Gundam better than him.
You think?
So Cha hatches a plan.
Mm-hmm.
A little scheme.
Oh.
The Domon and all the kids and everyone in Rain, they're back on Han's boat.
They're on the boat. They're doing research. Rain has her laptop out, her cool Alienware gamer laptop, and they learn is Chandra Shujiyama is the opponent. Ming pops up from the sort of tier below and is like, "Hey, we need help in the kitchen." And Damon's like, "Oh, Rain, this is the perfect opportunity for you." And she's like, "Are you saying I'm a bad cook?" And it's just I like when they just get to bicker and quibble, and I just like the when they get to act like normal people, normal destined couple shit.
Yeah, I don't know if we've actually seen Rain cook. I guess, maybe she is bad.
I like to. Sure, that's fine because she's so fucking good at fixing up Domon's gun.
She has more important skills.
She has to have something she's not good at.
She has a PhD and an MD.
I know she doesn't have time in the kitchen. And then we see Sean and the boys sneaking around. They're trying to find the God Gundam, and they're kind of following Domon as he goes out to check on it. And we learned that they strong-armed Hoi into guiding them there because, they're like sort of...
They peer pressured this poor little child.
They're like threatening him, like, oh, you don't want to be our friend then? Is that it? Like, it's
Do you think Domon's a more important friend than us?
Yeah, fuck them kids.
I hate this fucking guy.
God. Yeah, and Domon gets into the hangar where the God Gundam is. And, like, Hoi, as Domon, like, gets in the lift and goes up and, like, unlocks it, that's when Hoi runs out and starts yelling, Domon, I need help, there's an emergency! Not elaborating at all, making Domon go down, and Domon's like, what's the emergency? And he's like, And this is when Cha just fucking bikes up and just, like, hauls ass on the lift and gets inside that damn Gundam.
Later, suckers.
Yeah. I will
cloud
say,
of smoke is like... kicked up as it clears. I'm lying dead on the pavement.
I will say, like, this is legitimately very difficult to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Chan...
This is a good scene, I think. It is, hard to watch, but it is, like...
Yeah, so Jan is like, my city now, and goes into the Gundam and goes into the cockpit, and he starts interfacing with the tray system, and he's just a little creature. He cannot change this.
Poor kid.
He's getting brutalized by the tray system, which is like shuddering around him. It can't complete its transformation because he's not strong enough to, but he's getting like literally crushed by the tray system as it tries to integrate with his body, and he's like in agonizing pain. And Domon comes over, like hears all this coming out and comes over and sees this all happening, and he's like, oh my god, stop, just like stop what you're doing, let me come up to you, I'll get you out of there. But like,
oh god, oh fuck,
like you need to stop, it's going to like crush all the bones in your body.
Like like you make one wrong move, like you're dead, kid. Like you need to relax. And
so he's on this trolley or whatever it is.
Yeah. It's like the lift up to the...
a lift up. And he's like, it's okay, I'm on my way, just like relax, it's fine. But Chana's in so much pain that he like falls onto his hands and knees, and the Gundam falls onto his hands and knees, and in doing it, knocks the lift over.
Yeah, and Domon falls like a good 40 feet.
And most notably, doesn't quite, but almost dislocates his shoulder.
Yeah, he gets fucked up. Like, his shoulder's, not in a good place.
Mickey Mouse voice, this is a special tool that will come in handy later.
Yeah.
Eventually, he gets into the cockpit and just, does the gut punch and knocks Chan out.
Yeah, I'm glad, we haven't seen this move in, a good few episodes, but he does just do, the classic knockout via gut punch, which is, always a nice thing to see.
I saw someone do this to Rain once.
I'm gonna try it for myself.
Yeah, she did it. He did it to Rain. He did it to those other guys in the simulation with Kyoji. Yeah, we haven't seen this in a while. It's nice to go back to our back to where we're from.
Just force Cha to relax.
He did it against the other fighter that Chibity was supposed to go against.
Oh yeah, he did in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, he's a violent man.
He's like, I've one mode of anesthetic. Here it is. It's a punch to the gut.
And the day is saved. He gets Cha out, and he's still fucked up. And then we hear that fucking flute, and Shichiyama's just been kind of watching from outside the door the whole time. Yeah.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle. And Domon figures, oh, you're behind this, you fucking asshole. And Shijin just kind of retreats, cackling maniacally. And later we see Domon talking. He wakes Chan up, and he's interrogating him, and Hoi's there, and he's like, did the Snake Man put you up to this? And they aren't really answering, so he just kind of gets really pissed and silently walks off. And this is when Chan realizes, oh no, I fucked up. I wasn't mature enough for a 10-year-old.
He fucked up his shoulder. Oh god, that's my fault.
I'll take the blame for this one, boys. This one's on me.
Mm-hmm. It's the next morning. George, in the meantime, has also defeated Hurricane Gundam.
Of course he did.
Yeah, like I said, there are a number of jobbers in this final round. Chief among them being Hurricane Gundam.
Yep. Yeah, fuck that guy. But yeah, and it's the day of the match. Hoi is like really, really sad and kind of brooding in the crowd, and Han's like asking him, "Hey, what's up?" And he's not really saying anything. And Wong is talking to Master Asia in his little zone, and he's like, "Hey, Shijima told me that Domon hurt himself." And Asia's like, "This is just simply a fun test for Domon, you see." Yeah. It's like Domon's
loves it.
His ass kicked. I know he loves it. Master Asia's like, yes, get stronger, my boy.
The lion dislocates its cub's shoulders.
No, I love the animal kingdom. I love the circle of life. And the fight begins. Pot of Greed is here.
Yeah, I don't like to see it.
Nope, not in this situation.
It's a big fucking like robotic pod. It's got lights and shit on it.
It's robotic.
Robotic. Anyways, the Cobra Gundam emerges from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the Cobra Gundam is not really cool looking. It's like a Cobra, and it has like a Gundam like packed into like the hood and a little bit below.
I kind of like the Cobra Gundam itself.
It is very much like it's a Cobra Gundam. It's a Cobra.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's exactly what you think it would be.
It's what you would expect, but I don't think there's anything bad about it inherently. It's just I don't like the man who's inside of it.
It's the baggage of it.
It should just be piloted by the Snake, which, speaking of, the Snake is also inside the Gundam.
Yeah, he had to get an extra large mobile trace cockpit to fit his big old Snake in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in the fight, Shijima's just like fucking Domon's shoulder up. He's like only targeting that part, so the mobile trace is like, feeding the pain in Domon's completely busted shoulder right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's like faking Domon out, tossing the pot around, like wrapping him up, just causing as much pain as he possibly can. And we get a scene, Rain radios him, she, does a little Skype thing. He's like, "Domon, your plan was to sweep the competition." Domon's like, "Shut up, I know what the plan was."
Yeah, you don't have to tell me. I know, this is embarrassing. Shut up.
I made my announcement on national television. I see it every night. They keep airing it.
They won't let me forget. And Chan realizes that, this is all my fault. So he has to run off as he watches Domon getting crushed. And he runs up to Rain, and he has to talk to Domon, and Hoi's there too. He's like, "It's so important." And Rain's like, "Oh, you kids, all right.
Sure.
Just saying it's a matter of national security, ma'am."
So they call Domon, and Domon's just like, "Hey, I'm kind of busy right now. Can this wait?"
Wait? Yeah.
They say no, it can't. Cha admits that, Shijima did not put them up to it, that it was his idea, that he wanted to try piloting a Gundam because he's like, I want to be a Gundam pilot one day, and that he apologizes. It's his fault that Domon injured his shoulder. And what happens after this? Do you mind telling?
Yeah, you want to take this one, Audrey?
The rawest thing I've ever seen. Is that what you're talking about?
I believe that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so Domon's like, "Shit, I did injure my shoulder. Maybe I should, lean into that." And he's like, "All right, check this shit out." And then dislocates his shoulder. And he's like, "I know how to get out of this." And he dislocates his shoulder, and sure enough, he's able to, wiggle out of Cobra Gundam's grasp by dislocating...
No, we see an X-ray shot of both his skeleton and the Gundam skeleton dislocating their shoulders.
It is.
The mobile trace suit is so advanced that it can even do things like this.
I mean, it's actually really fascinating, right? The level, because obviously we've seen sort of the reverse of this happen several times before, right? How many arms at this point have we seen ripped off by people? Yeah. So obviously while the feedback, any pilot feels what is happening to them, it doesn't mean that their body necessarily goes through the intense transformation of some of these more violent side effects of the Gundam fight. But to have Domon make the conscious choice, I'm going to consciously dislocate my shoulder, and see that reflected in the God Gundam is actually incredibly fascinating. And again, just this very cool moment of flashing back and forth between the Gundam and Domon, and seeing his bone pop out of his socket, and the nut pop out of the bolt pop out of the nut within the Gundam. It's cool. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And he doesn't ever pop that fucking arm back in. He still does. No. Yeah, he still goes super mode and does erupting God finger with his left hand, which is really cool to see.
Yeah. This is they actually do a unique version for the left hand. It's pretty cool.
While his right arm is just, like, dangling limp.
Yeah. It is just dangling there, and he blows up. He does heat end inside the Cobra Gundam's head.
I will say, he's cringe, but he's free.
He's cringe, but he's free. And after the match, it plays that nice soulful song we heard in the last episode when Domon was drowning. And the kids run up to greet Domon. And, they all apologize. And Domon's like, "No, you're my friends." And, it's nice. He forgives them. And he tells Cha to train while you're young. And you can be a Gundam pilot one day, too. It's nice.
Hopefully that's what kills you. You fucking disgusting little child.
Listen,
I hope your arm gets dislocated and you can't put it back.
Gentle Chapman is alive again. You can talk to him about it.
Yeah, hey, you want some DG cells, kid? I don't give a shit.
I hope you die. I hope we both die.
Yeah, I'll take you on with me. Those are episodes this week, though.
Yeah.
It was a good week. I like the new format of the show. I like that it's just a weird tournament arc for a while. It'll be fun. Looking forward to it.
I can't wait to see Matador Gundam. I can't wait to see who Matador Gundam goes up against. I hope it's Argo.
I can't wait to see Skull Gundam.
I hope Argo literally takes the bull by the horns.
Yes. That's what I was thinking. Is like bull wrestling.
Yeah.
That
would be extremely good.
Yeah.
I can't. We're gonna get a fucking banger of a fight between Argo and Graham, aren't we?
Oh yes, for sure we are.
Oh yes, can't wait for that. Well, that's episodes. I do have a segment.
Yeah!
It is merely a Beyond Toon World because I can't really... It's like, I've always thought, I would always think of some fun, weird segments based on what we were doing in the other shows, but G Gundam really has nothing to base that on. I do have a little bit of fun trivia in that we've been to Hong Kong on a Gundam series before, in Zeta, and things happened a little differently because in Zeta, Hong Kong was terrorized by a giant flying digi-egg. It was 40 meters tall and killed fucking hundreds of people, so a little bit different from just boys fighting.
That sounds very similar.
Yeah, well, yeah, destruction. It was cool. Murasame was there. She had teal hair. She was normal. Anyway, like I said, Beyond Toon World.
You're going to love this. Trust me. Beyond Toon World!
We're talking about Shin Aomori, and you might know him as the voice of Commissioner Karato.
Oh.
So he was born Kazuo Ichinohe in October 20th, 1941 in the Aomori Prefecture of Japan. He's in his 80s now. Yeah, he's 80 this year. Or he will be 80 in October. And he's been active since 1961. He's been doing this for 60 years. Homie going at it.
God damn.
He has a couple of very interesting roles. I've sort of backloaded the more interesting roles. So first we'll talk about his anime roles. In 1989, starting with Dragon Ball Z, and he's been active before then, obviously, but in Dragon Ball Z, he was the voice of Kibito. You would know Kibito. Kibito was the Supreme Kai's sort of pink partner guy that he fuses with later, with the long white hair. Yeah. He was also Shenron's voice, which is pretty cool. In 1991... Yeah, that guy. Yeah, you know Kibito. We all love Kibito. He's funny. In 1991, Gundam 0083 Operation Stardust, or I guess Stardust Memory, rather. He was Yuri Hassler. Haven't seen that one yet, so I don't know who that is. In 1992, the fun anime Audrey you might know, Yu Yu Hakusho. He was Kurumomo Taro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's a character. He's a enemy in the Dark Tournament.
Okay, yeah.
He's the one. He's the one who ends up. He has a box that reverts people, takes age back from them.
Okay.
He's like, I'm gonna turn you in. He goes against Kurama. He's like, I'm gonna turn you into a baby and just kill you as a baby, haha. And then he does that, but he goes too far, and Kurama's like, surprise, bitch, I'm a demon again.
Wow, I love JoJo's Part 3. That one fight Polnareff did. 1994, of course, G Gundam. He was Karato. 1995. Oh. Yeah, wow. Dragon Ball Z movie Wrath of the Dragon, he was Hildegarn, and he would be Hildegarn and Kibito for, every Dragon Ball game and movie and what have you from then on. In 1996, Dragon Ball GT, he was Nechiron Shenron, which was the nasty fucking mole Shenron, one of those evil ones in the last arc of that show. In 1998, a little anime called Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh.
He was Kanekura, which you might not know by name, but he was the museum curator who was like, hey, Yugi, check this weird shit out.
Yeah, in one of the first episodes of Season 0, right?
Yeah, it was season 4, or episode 4, I think. Yeah, really early on.
Yeah, and then Shoddy was like, fuck, hey, check this shit out.
my job now.
Yeah.
1993, One Piece, Chin Zhao, I feel like fucking every single actor in the world has been in One Piece because that show's been going on for so long. I don't know who that is. But
okay, here's the thing about it. It's been going on for 50 million years, and there's also 50 million characters. So yeah, literally everyone has been in it.
Yeah. Chin Zhao looks nice. He's like some old man with a white beard, whatever. He looks cool. 2003, Full Metal Alchemist. He was Basque Grand.
Oh,
I don't remember. Yeah. The guy with the mustache. He looked.
Yeah.
He's a black mustache, but not Bradley because he was bald.
No, yeah. He's got the Waluigi mustache.
Yes.
I forget what his code name is. Doesn't matter. He gets killed.
Doesn't matter.
He gets fucking demolished.
Yeah, he beeps it. Yep. That's like all the notable anime roles. He did some tokusatsu stuff earlier on in his career. In 1978, the Spider-Man tokusatsu series.
Oh.
He was just some villains. He was a villain called Cockroach Combinat and Crab Demon.
Nice.
Giant enemy crab. Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah.
He did some dubbing work for like Western movies that came to Japan. He dubbed over Michael Caine's role in Tenet most recently.
Okay.
He has been for every single movie in Pirates of the Caribbean. Kevin McNally's character, Joshua Gibbs, who's like the mutton chop guy, who I've never seen
those fucking movies.
He always has snafus with the guy whose eye is fake and keeps popping out. You know who I'm talking about, Audrey.
And what?
You know Gibbs? Pirates of the Caribbean? Gibbs? The mutton chop dude?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, so he's him. He also was Palpatine in the newest Star Wars movie.
Oh, jeez. Well, if he's Gibbs, that makes sense, actually.
Yeah! He has that gruff sort of,
he has
gruff
that
wizeness to him.
I'm dying of consumption sort of voice.
Yeah, exactly. And finally, some Western animation that was brought over. He was the narrator in all the Pooh series, which is nice.
The narrator's dying of consumption?
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. I saved the last two. The last two are the best ones because they'll knock you flat on your asses. He was Dr. Draken in Kim Possible.
Okay.
Mr. Karuto.
I can see it. I can feel it. Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna see and feel this one in a major way because he's Principal Skinner.
Oh.
No.
It's the Gundam fighters who are wrong.
Out of touch.
Well, Alube, I finally made it despite your instructions.
Yes.
My
God. Wow, a DG cell phenomenon in your kitchen? May I see it?
Yeah, here's my steamed finger.
I mean, Corral. Fuck, I got them backwards. I put him in the role of fucking Superintendent Chalmers. Nintendo Chalmers.
I mean, the comedy is there.
We're having steamed fingers for dinner.
God. Terrible. God. Yeah, that's it. That's Shin Aomori. A pretty fun look at some pretty wild roles. Good. I like Beyond Two when we get to find. It's whenever someone's in a Simpsons role. That's when always it gets me so good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. I also learned I'm not going to do Alube because I did Alube when I did Zeta because Alube's voice is also the main character of Zeta, Camille Biden.
Oh wow.
His name's Camille Bidon, but I always say Camille Biden because it's just funny to me because I'm broken.
Camille Biden.
Kamala
Biden.
Yeah,
I mean, every time you say you mention him, I just imagine the Hamil emoji in the.
It's just Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
it's Mark Hamill. But that's our content for the day, folks.
Regrettably, you listened to all of this.
Yeah, sorry about it. Now it's time for plugs. I feel like I always do plugs first. So, Argar or Audrey, would any of y'all like to go first for plugs?
I'll go first because I have the least amount of other things, and you're both on the other things I do. So
we'll backload it. It, sure.
I'm Audrey. You can find me on Tumblr and Twitter at Optimum on Prime. You can also, as I just mentioned, listen to the podcast that Max Argyle and I also all do together, Pot of Greed, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Watch podcast, the only one officially sponsored by Kaiba Corp. GX is killing me.
In a good way?
In a good way, but also in a I'm going to become the Joker way. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a fucking franchise. That's all I'll say. But we have a good time with it. Don't have any other projects in the making at the moment, but you can follow at The Reticulation. That's TheReticulation on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook for updates about a website I'm trying to launch with a good friend of mine to uplift and spotlight LGBT voices in the realm of pop culture criticism. And speaking of that good friend, I just did a guest spot on their podcast called Author's Note, which is a fandom history podcast, where I talked about the very sudden shift in 2010, almost one-to-one, between the audiences of the My Little Pony and Transformers fandoms, and how Hasbro as a toy company has created fan spaces and cultivated fan spaces and created sort of truly fanatic followings for their properties.
Tremendous.
Which I would know nothing about, obviously.
Sure. Argyle?
I have been Argyle. You can find me on Twitter at Argyle_funk. You can also listen to Pot of Greed and Kamarocho Radio. It is a Yakuza podcast that I host with friend of the show, Jordan. We are almost done with Yakuza 2, and just yesterday, we recorded our episode on the Cabaret Club and clan creator modes in that game, and it went for 2.5 hours, and I have to edit all that. But we did have a special friend of that show, Cyric Z, on
Yakuza Genius.
Yes, Yakuza game guide maker, and it was a ton of fun. So as soon as that's out, listen to it, because it's a good episode, even though it went really way fucking longer than I thought it was going to.
We love content.
We love content here, folks.
Yeah. And I've been Max. You can go to twitter.com/MaxyBajillion to see what I'm about. In addition to Pot of Greed, you can go to slappersonlypod.com or slappersonlypod on Twitter to listen to Slappers Only, a video game music showdown podcast. Most recently, we did Final Fantasy IX, the objectively best Final Fantasy. And
it does have Vivi in it.
It does have Vivi in it, and we all know Vivi's just Vivi's just a funny little guy who doesn't have any sort of
just a little creature. He cannot change this.
Guy.
He cannot change this. He doesn't have any sort of horrifying existential problems about him.
He's just a son.
He's just a funny little guy. And next week, I guess the week after this episode drops, if you're listening on the Sunday it comes out, we will be doing Fire Emblem Three Houses with previous host of this show, Sarah McCostume. So tune in for that, for fun Fiery Emblem. And tune in to Twitter for this podcast. Go to Wow Cool Podcast. Find Discord links there and in every episode description to come hang out. I gotta post on Twitter more often because I get like a lot of retweets on me just like talking about how I like to do the album art. It's a fun time. You can go to noisepace.xyz to find this and all our other shows and many, many more podcasts. Thank you, Matt, who is a living, breathing Nintendo GameCube, for running that whole shindig.
And for putting up with Max changing the show art so much.
Yeah, he will have to change the show art when this episode goes up because we do have new show art. Mm-hmm. And as you heard, we had new episode summary music as well. I love when we get to do that.
Yay.
I've never done it before, but we've never had a sort of main core theme change before like this. So that's that. One more order of business. I believe.
Hey, Max.
Whose turn is it? Oh, it's my. Oh shit! It's mine. Oh, it's mine.
It is your turn.
Hi.
What's your robot of the week?
My robot of the week is it's Andromon. I've been rereading all of the Bog Leech Digimon reviews. And one of the Digimon I really, really liked back in like the first generation was Andromon, who's that really, really fucking like super stretchy, lanky, tall, looks like a metal mummy kinda.
Oh, I like this guy. He looks like Skullman from Mega Man 3.
Any guy with a cool like metal skull welded to his head. He's not actually, I guess he's, which is weird, right? Because an android's a robot meant to look humanoid, so I guess he is pure robot, even though he looks like a human underneath it. But yeah, he's a very nice guy. He's just like, he's the sort of like protector and gentle giant type character, if I remember correctly. So my robot of the week is Andromon. We love it so much.
He's cool.
He's cool.
I like him.
And finally, to close, I like the hymn. As we always say, colonialism is bad.
Wow.
Cool robot.
See you next time.
See you next time, Gundam fighters.
Hopefully not a racist one next time.